Today I have a heartwarming tale of abandoned things, lost and consigned to the dustbin, who yet have found a cherished place, a niche where they're appreciated, where they perform a useful and productive service. First, we start with this old printer. It had lots of springs and things, and 3 springs is what we got out of it. These 3 springs are holding the bottom of a tuna can, just like a little Chinese gong. There's your tuna can. We've suspended that in a frame. Now on the other side, we've taken the sliding doors, nice thin stainless steel, off a floppy disk, and we've made battery connectors. And we took the motor and some dental floss and epoxy and tied it onto a little overhanging platform. And on the end, we've epoxied a little pull chain from a light and throwing out. So when we put the batteries in, the motor will spin and whack the tuna can. There's a little lid for the battery. A little hanginator for the wall, all made from nice scrap plastic, and a nice piece of rolled aluminum flashing that's cut just a little bit bigger than the space in between these 2 sides. So now, it's such a wonderful thing, we should hang it on the wall in a conspicuous location where everyone who comes to the house can admire it first thing. Well, you know these things, lovely little things, nobody ever laid his hands on them except to install them. It was really machines that made the things, where all the love went. So these poor little things have been neglected. How often do you go to your printer and say, "Thank you, Spring, for doing your thing"? Sitting inside there, applying tension all day, never taking a coffee break. Well, these poor little things are not going to be neglected anymore because they've found redemption. And in honor of this brilliant occasion, I've decided they're going to be prominently displayed in the entry, where they'll be the first thing you see when you come in the door. And in order to make it truly festive, I've painted the entry in their honor. And I've got a little bit of paint left. So, Let's paint the things. Let's open this last little dribble. Well, if I had an oink, I'd have found some way to incorporate that. And this over here. Thank you, Mr. Tuna Can. You kept my tuna for me. You got it from there to here. And now you're gonna have a place forever. We'll make it nice and pretty, 'cause we can. Thank you, Springs. You were great in the printer. Isn't it funny that it's cheaper to buy a new printer than to get a new ink cartridge? Okay, that's so nice. Let's see. And that will hang on the wall very nicely. So now let's clean up the brush. Thank you, Mr. Brush, for doing your good work. And in honor of Painter Bob, and now we have a happy little clean brush, which will let him dry. Look at that. Look at that little motor. All those little steel laminations and windings and magnets and bearings and little tiny copper fingers on a commutator. That's awesome. That was going to be thrown away. If I had to make one of those, oh my gosh. Thank you, motor, for doing whatever you did. Thank you, little pull chain. Now you get to be a little Chinese gonger. And my goodness, floppy disks. You're lucky you lived so long to see this day. Thank you, scraps of plastic. I sure am glad I didn't throw you away. See? Okay, we'll let that dry. And then we'll hang it up. No, my little pieces. You will not go in the garbage, but you will have a place of honor where you will be appreciated. Beautiful. You live. You're not junk. Christopher Walken. Electric cowbell. Is that your prescription, buddy? Oh, yes.